This video is brought to you by Roguedeckbuilder.com. Purchase a playmat today and help us make the move to our new studio. We have over 10 playmats to choose from. Visit Roguedeckbuilder.com. Hi there, it's Ken with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with match number 4 with our epic experiment. Yes, we'd like to play first. Not a keepable hand. We'll mulligan this away as one land is not good. And I'm going to keep this. We have a way to scry. We have double lightning strike. This could be pretty decent against a number of matches. He mulligans as well, but we'll keep this. And we will start off with a good old temple. Help set us up. Put that on bottom. We do not need another land. And Evolving Wilds, yeah, another deck that I'm not too sure about what it has. Drew another temple. We'll go ahead and play it and hopefully scry away yet again. And I think I'm going to put that on bottom because we have 2 in our hand, and we need to find, something to give us card advantage / Okay, so this is Dredge using Evolving Wilds. Kind of a cool little thing because it adds a land into his mix, thins out his deck, and I'm sure... And did he just plain miss with that? Yeah, he did. Gives another target for his Deathrite Shaman. But it does come into play tap, though. But maybe that's something he's not too worried about. Taking 1 here. I have 10 damage in my hand. And I might just go burn him here. Depending on what he puts out. If he puts out another Herald of Torment, I'll just burn it off right here. Yep. And Young Pyromancer can come out, and I believe we will shock ourselves for Mr. Pyromancer. Because we have no lightning strike. And it looks like, is this going to be 4 mana Night Howler targeting the Satyr Wayfinder? Yeah, I don't know if I quite care about that. I've got 2 of his Herald Torments down. 1, 2, 3, 4. A Night Howler would still be a 4/4. I could stoke it, but again, I don't care. I'm going to try to race him. I'll take 5 here. I think actually doing additional damage to him is fine. And a turn line strike the face, get a 1/1. There's a Helix. That's going to be lovely. So we'll Stomping Grounds and not pay 2 life. And again, let's get in here for 3. And if we need to block, we can block by Helixing him and putting in a token. But he's down to 13 or 12. And he's actually staring down lethal next turn. Even a Herald of Torment on the Satyr Wayfinder isn't the greatest thing. Three cards left in his hand. I'll take 5. I'll be down to a 7. And it is a Shadowborn Demon, and I'm sure he's going to target... That does hurt because it takes me down on my plan. War Leader's Helix him. Puts us up to a 12 or 11. And now the Shadowborn Demon will kill the Young Pyromancer. I can't block the Young Pyromancer, but I can block the Night Howler. So we need to get one more burn spell. There it is. Can that actually work? Yeah, that'll actually work. Unless he somehow can gain some life. So he's got to eat the Satyr Wayfinder this turn. And now he's got a 6/6 Night Howler that I believe cannot attack this turn. Another Satyr Wayfinder. And 4 cards revealed. Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth can go in his hand. I guess that's what makes Evolving Wilds a little bit more appealing, is this late Evolving Wilds can still be tapped for a black if you have Urborg. Oh, so he can attack with it. Yeah, because it still is out on the battlefield. Alright, so we'll go to the block. Block the Night Howler. That's fine. Go to 6. War Leader's Helix him. And untap and stoke the flames. So we had all of our 4 mana or 4 damage spells in our hand. Go on to sideboard. That seemed to work pretty good. So I think Fox can come in here. Missing Mortars is not an option. Gutter Snipe is actually pretty good. We can go the Hornet's Nest. Is it Staticaster? And that's actually not bad. I'll keep it in. So the weaker cards like Courser Crufix just gets eaten up. And maybe Gutter Snipe just gets killed by the Shadowborn Demons as well. Turn Burn is absolutely horrid. Riot Control, Fog. Maybe Xenagos isn't that great. Yes, Xenagos is actually very good. Shocks aren't that great. We'll do, I think, a Fog, or I'll bring in a Fog, We'll bring in a Druid's Deliverance, a Fog, and 3 cards that we do not need. I'm going to go down in 1 Epic Experiment. I think we're running too many, and I'm going to take out the Rabble Masters in this particular match because they're not that great. They just died very, very easily. Perforos is still fine. Hornet's Queen is still fine. Xenagoses are great. And, well, maybe Xenagos. Yeah, Xenagos is still great. I'm going to take out a Xenagos. No. We're just going to do this. Submit this. Alright, I'll keep this. Keranos is actually pretty good. It takes this deck a while to get going. We have a Xenagos. We have Scrylands. We're on the draw. On the play, this definitely wouldn't be as good of a hand, I don't think, because, well, I don't know. See if he Mystics first turn. If he missed his first turn, he could explode. And he doesn't have it, so I'm feeling pretty good about this match right now. Not feeling good about that other land. But we'll scry away this Xenagos. And pass it back to him. I'm sure a Satyr or a Grizzly Salvage comes out here. Still in Caryatid. So he's going to be able to ramp, and that's gross. We'll go the Stomping Grounds. And now he's got a Dredge, right? Here comes a Grizzly Salvage. No, another Caryatid. And a Wayfinder. So Wayfinder finds only 1 creature in the graveyard. He can grab Overgrown Tomb. I mean, he's ramping pretty decent. 4 cards left in hand, though. 1's a land. And we have drawn every land possible. We'll go ahead and go for a... We need another red source with green. We'll go another Stomping Grounds. So Xenagos can come out next turn. Xenagos isn't the greatest because he can just get murdered by like a Satyr Wayfinder that's hooked up to a Night Howler or a Herald of Torment. He had to get rid of the Heralds here. Commune finds him a Jared. And that was it. So another pretty bad Commune only finds him Jared. And Jared's going to be weak. He's just going to be a 1/1. Which he does decide to throw out. Oh, 3/3. Oh, he's a 2/2 naturally. And he gets in for 1. So let's not draw a land. That's the plan here. But we do draw a land. Breeding Pool is fine at this point. We'll shock ourselves. We will put Xenagos out as a defensive card. And he could get just plain murdered. But terribly unlucky to draw 4 lands in a row. Yeah, I guess that's the problem with keeping a 5-land hand. So we've actually drawn 4 lands. Is that what happened? Yes. Yes, we've drawn 4 lands in our draws. Shadowborn Demon just going to come down and kill the Satyr Wayfinder? Yeah. Okay. He'll be sacking off stuff. I'm going to take 4 here, but one at the face, and yeah, Xenagos goes down. I don't think I'm going to be able to come back from this. Just terribly, terribly, terribly unlucky with the draws. I'll be a little more aggressive with the mulligans next game. I just hate mulliganing. On MTG, I hate mulliganing when I actually have lands, because I 99% of the time mulligan because I don't have lands. I mean, we could kill Jared here, and then he'd have to sacrifice another creature. Maybe this is the right play. So I'm just going to Temple, because he can't interact with Jared. Do I care about a Court of Calling? What could Court of Calling get that's actually any decent? I think that at this point we put it on the bottom. I mean, you can get a Young Pyromancer, which doesn't do much. You can get a Courser of Crufix, which doesn't do much. You can get Rival Masters out of the way. I think we put this on the bottom. I'd rather just spend our mana more wisely. What we're going to do right now while we can, while he doesn't have any sack outlets, is get rid of the Jared. And now he's got to sack. I mean, he's got plenty of turns with the Shadowborn Demon. He can just keep sacrificing these other creatures. But there really isn't anything I can do against Shadowborn Demon except for hit a Hornet's Nest and somehow deal damage to the Hornet's Nest. So actually, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have stoked the flames for a Hornet's Nest there. But I don't know if it will get me. Yeah, and that's a great one. He gets more stuff in the graveyard. Not very good stuff in the graveyard, though, but it's just another thing that can sack to the Shadowborn. So Young Pyromancer is decent. At this point, I don't think it's the right play. I think it's just Keranos. And does he just sack back Jared? Will he have enough mana to do so? We'll see. Keranos. And we put a Sacred Foundry. And we'll see what ends up happening here. Like, he can just actually whip in Jared, I believe. Grizzly Salvage, then whip in Jared, and that should be... Or just Night Howler onto the Shadowborn Demon. I think will be enough. See if this will be... Yep, a 12-12. Okay. We'll go on. We'll not draw every land this time. I still think that, you know, Fog's Riot controls... It looks like he's going for one-turn swings. And maybe we just need to... get stabilized. Courser to me just seems like it's a dead Shadowborn Demon card. I'd rather not give him many targets for Shadowborn Demon. Hornet's Nest as well as its Staticaster. I don't think they do much. I'd rather just bring in cards that... Like Epic Experiment here, even maybe like a Shock. Nah, I think this is the right play. We'll just stall until we get the Epic Experiment. It's going to happen this game. This is when we're going to get that huge Epic Experiment. We're going to keep this. It actually has some pretty decent Druid's Deliverance, Xenagos. Unfortunately, the Fog is better than Druid's Deliverance for protecting Xenagos. And unfortunately, no Temples, but this is a pretty decent hand. Again, 8 damage on board. He's a bit slower. If he shocks himself, that's even more. Temple's a good card here because we can actually scry this on top at this point or on bottom. I actually would, because this is enough damage. We'll put it on top. I think Lightning Strike's fine because it's looking to be the same game as before. No second turn play. That's terrible for Dredge. You need a second turn play. Well, he's going to Grizzly Salvage in a turn, so he's fine. Sacred Foundry here. And here comes the Grizzly Salvage. Revealing Nylea's Disciple, Night Howler, Sylvan Caryatid. Decent. I'm sure he takes a Night Howler here. You know what would be a cool card is maybe a Quicken in the sideboard, so you can Quicken Epic Experiment. But the problem with Quicken Epic Experiment is that's another mana that you're utilizing towards. And there's no other thing for Quicken in here. But I was thinking that, you know, Quicken Epic Experiment becomes another Fog because you're going to hit a Fog. And he took a... What did he take there? He took a Forest? Or he took a Caryatid. No, he took a... Nylea's Disciple in hand. Okay, so he's gonna try to stabilize against the burn route. Which, it's fine. If he casts it alone, I just Lightning Strike it. Two mana is most likely to be a Caryatid, an Ooze, which I do need to get rid of. Brings in his own Ooze. The problem is if he wants to exile his own graveyard, that's fine by me. This does bait out the Lightning Strike. And he decides not to actually utilize it, so win-win for me. Purphoros here is going to be awesome. In fact, I could Purphoros besides Xenagos, but it's the exact same. It's actually going to be an extra token here with Xenagos. So we'll eat him for 2 damage. Nemesis Immortals, not worried about Nemesis Immortals. I'll leave both Satyrs back. It's definitely going to be just throw out Purphoros here. We have a Court of Calling that's going to be very good. And we have this nice little 2 damage per turn. So Nylea's Disciple is going to gain him a little bit of life, but if he hits that land... He's down to a 16. See if another Nemesis Immortals comes out. Grizzly Salvage at this point isn't the greatest, because we can start Druid's Deliverancing. Populating, that's huge on a Satyr token. Coming at Xenagos, of course we're going to block. One of the reasons why I love the Jund version of this is for Gore-Clan Rampager, making Nemesis Immortals actually go through chump blocks. And another Nemesis Immortals. That's fine. Court of Calling. Again, we'll put a 2/2er out. Deal some damage to him. Unfortunately, Druid's Deliverance is kind of awkward. But he draws that land, and Nylea's Disciple gains him 6 life. Court of Calling can find me a Hornet's Nest that I took out. Womp womp. But I can, did I take the Gutter Snipe out? What did I take out? I can go get a Young Pyromancer. Yeah, Young Pyromancer is actually very awesome. So Commune. He's deciding what he wants to take. He takes the Elvish Mystic. It's going to give him another Devotion. But the Shadowrun Demon, which is one of his better cards, goes in the bin. Again, both at Xenagos, it's kind of tempting just to let Xenagos die here and keep the satyrs up, because then we do... Yeah, he has to cast the Mystic. So, and we can Court of Calling for... I mean, I'll cast all the Court of Calling mana. Or we just Stoke the Flames for 4, and then... Yeah, I think I do just let Xenagos die here. Because now he's in a huge pickle. Because Mystic comes out, we'll Court of Calling in response, or... And how much do I need to Court for? Just 2? And can I quite... No, I can't Stoke the Flames. Cord. We'll do it for 4 as much as possible. Could I have killed it? Wait. If I just Stoke the Flames, does 4. He can block with the Elvish Mystic on one of the satyrs. Yeah, I'll do currently for 3. That's fine. We can grab a Young Pyromancer. Yeah, that's the only thing I left in, which does 2 damage. And gives me another additional attacker. We'll Temple here. Put that on top. Go ahead and attacking with everything would get him down to a 6. And 4 from the Stoke the Flames. He'd block, so he'd be down to 4, 8. A Young Pyromancer. If we Whirlleader Helixed off the Elvish Mystic, we could get him for 6. And that would do an additional 2, which would be 10. And then we'd be able to Stoke the... No, we would not have Stoke the Flames. Mana up. So I think what we do is we just attack in with the satyrs. See what he does. He takes the damage. So now this gets a little bit more interesting because we can... Yeah, we can actually cast them both, I believe. No, we're 1 off. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Because we Stoke the... We Whirlleader's Helix. He goes down. We get a token. Oh, we're 2 off. But, yeah, this is our game, though. Because he's still stuck on mana. Nylea's Disciples here, though. He actually gains quite a bit with Nylea's Disciple. Just 5, though. Nylea's Disciple, not an issue. We could actually Stoke it in response to make him... Yeah, but I don't care about that. He gains up to 15. I want him to attack in here. If he doesn't attack in, I Court of Calling for another Young Pyromancer. If he does attack in, I Druid's Deliverance. Can I Druid's Deliverance to do both? It adds a guy. I won't have enough green. So we'll just Convoke here. Okay, why is it not allowing me to Convoke with Young Pyromancer? So, oh, pay the green. Okay, we can pay the green. And now it should allow me to Convoke for 2. Like, he can't even activate it, so I'll just take 5. Puts in an elemental, does 2 damage to him. We go get another Young Pyromancer. And again, I just take the 5. Which now, looking pretty lethal with any spell. Even Druid's Deliverance. Yes, I'd like to pay 2 life. Might as well here because we can just Warrior Leader's Helix for the win. We want to keep up. No, that's fine. Warrior Leader's Helix him. Which does 4 damage and 2 damage. Puts him down to 3. And now convoke. And that's game. So we didn't get the Epic Experiment. It was probably too many cards down. Still way down. But you get the gist of how the deck works. I kind of like this deck. It's quite fun. I'll post on the website the actual deck list, the 2 different versions of the deck list. I like this one a ton better. I think we'll keep with this one. I know it has a little more tweaking, and I think we can actually get this to be competitive. This has been Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.